Hopefully this is another quality torch video. I'm going to show you how to carpet a wheel well in a van. Or a pickup truck, I guess, if you wanted to. But anyway, what I did is I measured the length from there all the way around to the other side. And then I went from here in the middle all the way down to the bottom. You want your longest point and your widest width. And so then I cut out a chunk of carpet. Now this is regular household carpet. This is not, you know, some thin stuff. So anyway, first thing you want to do here is get your stupid tripod to hold the camera in place. Alright, anyway, but what I'm going to do here, I'm going to put contact cement on all of this. You don't really need a whole lot, just cover it. Slap it on there. Try not to get it all over yourself and stuff you don't want it on, because contact cement does not clean up very well. And I'm just taking a little scrap piece of carpet here to use for the, instead of ruining a paintbrush. Paintbrush would be nice, but torch is cheap. Doesn't want to ruin a paintbrush. At least not a good one. If I had a crappy one, maybe, but anyway, so you goop that all up. Something like that. Now, in case you're wondering, this will clean off if someday you did decide to take the carpet off. I mean, you could clean this up. I mean, by then it'd probably be nice and dry. And you could probably just take a wire brush to it and get the stuff off. Probably have to repaint the wheel well, but it could be done. Anyway, you just take the slap a little bit of the glue here on the carpet, backside. Now I'm only going to do half of it for right now, because this is the part that's going to go on the top. So I don't really want it on the bottom side, because that's where I'm going to be doing a lot of cutting and stuff, and then that could get a little bit messy. Which I like messy, but not glue messy. That's for damn sure. So we'll let that set up for a little bit, and we'll stick it on. Probably about, I'd say 10 minutes. Wow, that was a quick 10 minutes into the future. Alright, so what you want to do, put that on there, start on the top. And that stuff is grabbing good already. Get your one end lined up. Make sure you're making it down to the floor. Wow, that stuff is holding on tight. Line it up to where you want it. Alright. You gotta let that sit for a minute. I gotta go get the dog. He's out there barking, wants to come in. So I'll be right back. Okay, so now we got the top glued. What I'm going to do is go in here with a good old Stanley knife. Make sure you got a sharp razor blade, brand new, never been used, because it's got to be real sharp. I'm going in here at this first corner where it bends. It should be here and here. I'm just going to make a slice at an angle, kind of outward, like that. Then come from the top and see where I am. About right. Cut that in a little bit more. Same thing on the other side. Check that out. Alright. So, when you get that figured out about where you're going to be, I've got a little bit extra carpet on there. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that bottom off. So now that I got that trimmed down to about where it should be, I just cut a little bit off the back side with a sharp knife, just using a little, just took off a little bit, checked it, took off a little more. Take your time, don't try to cut it off in one swoop, then you get it perfect. If you just take off a little at a time, there's no way to really exactly measure that perfect. I mean, you can try, but I don't know, I've never had luck with it. But anyway, now I'm going to trim these down just to get some of this excess off, and then I'll show you how to fit all of these pieces together so they don't show as much. Alright, so when you get this cut down, something like this, a little overlapping on both sides here and everything. Now you can fold this stuff back up and put something heavy up there to hold it. You can go ahead and put a little more glue on there, because actually now I let this stuff sit too long and that contact cement dried, so I probably should have just done the top first like I did with the carpet. But anyway, so I'll re-glue that real quick. Alright, got that re-glued. Now what you want to do is take this stuff, fold it over like this, and just kind of see where that edge of the backing is on the other one. Doesn't have to be exact, but you get it close. You just make yourself a little slice. Okay, then you go up a little bit more. Do the same thing. Find out about where that is, and then make another little slice. And same thing on the bottom. This is a smaller piece, so you probably do this in threes. And you just fold it back and just carefully cut those lines together. Get off all this little white fray strings. And then you check it, see how close it is. That's pretty darn good. Alright. So normally, I don't know, you could trust the contact cement to hold that, but I'm not exactly going to do that. I'm going to take the good old hot glue gun, put a little bead right here on this edge, just to keep it from fraying. Just a little bit. There we go. Hard to see if that stuff is coming out. There we go. And you just kind of fold those yarns back a little bit and you put that in. You don't want to get any of that hot glue on them yarns. You just kind of pinch it together. Now see, you can hardly even see that. See, and then the same thing up here. Well, this has quite a bit of funkiness to it, but you just got to follow it. See, that's down there. You have to make a little more of a slicer here. I'm going to do that little piece first to get it out of the way. Just cut it from the back, get it kind of close. Line it up. Yeah, that's pretty close. Alright, I'll squirt a little bit of hot glue in there. Just want to seal the edges of the carpet so it doesn't fray wherever you cut it. And you can put those down. You can just kind of pinch those yarns in there together a little bit like that, just to hold it in place just for a sec. And then you can just come down here and you just kind of follow that stuff. Get it started anyway, and then go back to the other old trick of just folding this over, bending it, then give it a little stab. You can see where that is. Go down a little further, give it another little stab, and down a little further. Give that a great big stab because that's all extra. It's coming off anyway. And then just connect the lines. And you should be right on or relatively close. And there I am. Relatively close, which is good enough for me. Cut that off. Double check that. I see that contact cement wants to stick pretty good, so I say you don't really have to do this, but I just put in the hot glue just on the edge, just to try to keep this carpet from fraying, because it will try to fray on you eventually. All depends on what kind of activity you do in your van. Anyways, I'll pinch that stuff together, hold it. See, now down here you can see this a little bit. And what I do with that, where are they? Oh, where? Oh, here. Okay. Now, these are special carpet scissors, but you don't need to have these. I mean, you can have a regular pair of scissors, just make sure they're nice and sharp. And you see where these yarns are just a little bit longer than the other ones, just kind of trim them down a little bit, just so they're about the same height as the other ones. That'll help hide that a little bit better. Okay. See, so that's that half done, and now I'll do the same thing with the other half. Alright, and then there's that side. Just gonna clean up some of these little spots here. I did end up with a little wing back here, but that's alright. Once this hot glue sets up a little bit, I'm going to peel this back, pull it over that way towards the wall, and then nobody will see it but you guys, so shh, don't tell anybody. But anyway, so that's how I do that. There's the other one. Well, you can barely see it, it's so damn dark in here. And set up the light on the camera. Just Kind of surprised that glue sucked those in so good, but didn't do it so bad back here, but oh well. Who cares? Alright. Well, now you know how I put carpet on a wheel well. You can do it my way, or do it your way, or do it somebody else's way, but here's my 5 cents worth. Torch out.